Yo! Video games.
What up, dudes? It's Matt here for YoVideogames, and we're back once again to look at the best games of 2014. This time with one of the latest entries to come out this year, and that is, of course, Guilty Gear Xrd. Guilty Gear Xrd is one of the most beautiful showcases of the Unreal Engine 3 ever developed, and by quite a small development team as it turns out in the end. Arc System Works is the original creators, and this is their return to the series after getting the rights back from Sega. Now, if you've been following Guilty Gear since either the PlayStation or Dreamcast era, you know that the series is known for its high-quality visuals, as well as its crazy air dash mechanics. It's a lot of fun, especially if you're a fan of the early Marvel and other Versus game franchises from Capcom. Guilty Gear Xrd is not quite an evolution of the franchise. In fact, it's very similar in a way to Street Fighter IV in that it sort of scales back some of the more complex mechanics from the more recent Guilty Gear entries and tries to make it appealing to those who either are new to the franchise or maybe only played the first Guilty Gear or Guilty Gear X, such as myself. Now, while the franchise is well known to the fighting game community, it is nowhere near the level of Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, but hopefully with these crazy awesome new visuals, we might be able to see a little bit more expansion into this fan base. Guilty Gear Xrd also changes things up with some of its new character designs, which some of them are very similar, some of them are subtle changes, and some of them are very radical changes. I know some people are a little uneasy about some of the stuff done to characters like Potemkin, but I think it's kind of an interesting change. I'm actually really impressed with how they redesigned Millia, as not only is she my main character, but I just feel it's a great female character design in general. It's not schlocky, it's not overly sexy, it's just a very cool, powerful, and beautiful female character that I really love to jump in and play. Of course, you can't talk about Guilty Gear without mentioning its soundtrack, and Guilty Gear Xrd has a fantastic heavy rock, or as some might call it, butt rock, anthems going for each character, and sometimes they even have special Versus themes as well, which is also really cool. Thankfully, most of the tracks this time are actually brand new and not just remixes of the old titles, although you will find some repeat tracks from earlier Guilty Gear titles. Either way, it sounds fantastic, and it's something that gets you really pumped up and in the mood to kick some ass when playing the game. The most noticeable gripe most people have is that the roster is pretty slim right now. It has a mix of characters from Guilty Gear X and Double X, but it's missing a lot of fan favorites such as Jam, Biken, and Johnny. I don't think we have too much to worry about. Given the small development staff and the nature of time, I'm sure we'll see those characters come back eventually. It's just sort of a waiting game right now, and it really does kind of blow if you were a fan of some of these earlier characters that are just not in Xrd right now. The other big gripe seems to be that the online play is not so great, and that there's some pretty serious issues when searching for games during crossplay on PS4. It's really unknown if these features will get worked out. The publisher is not exactly EA or Activision, though they can't get their shit together online either now. But as long as it doesn't hit Ubisoft levels, hopefully we'll be good. That being said, in a fighting game in 2014 going into 2015, great online play is kind of crucial now, especially in countries like America where the arcade scene is pretty much all wrapped up. That being said, if you are a big fan of Guilty Gear or did enjoy the games in the past, don't let any of this dissuade you from trying out Guilty Gear Xrd. It's a pretty fantastic game, it's a nice reboot, and it's great for people like myself who enjoyed the game, maybe didn't know everything about it, but just want to jump back into it again. So in the end, if you really like air dash fighters and crazy combos, this is a game you definitely got to check out. It's one of a kind and really unlike many other games on the market. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll see you later on the channel. Later, dudes!